Here are 30 most commonly asked interview questions for Salesforce business analyst positions, along with detailed answers. 1. What is Salesforce, and how do businesses benefit from using it? Answer. Salesforce is a cloud-based CRM platform that helps businesses manage customer relationships, sales, and marketing activities. Companies benefit from Salesforce by gaining a unified view of their customers, improving sales productivity, automating marketing campaigns, and enhancing customer service. Additionally, Salesforce provides tools for analytics, collaboration, and customization, empowering businesses to adapt and grow in today's competitive market. 2. Can you explain the role of a Salesforce business analyst in an implementation project? Answer. In an implementation project, a Salesforce business analyst plays a crucial role in gathering and analyzing business requirements, translating them into functional specifications, and configuring Salesforce to meet those requirements. They collaborate with stakeholders, subject matter experts, and technical teams to ensure alignment between business needs and system capabilities. The business analyst also participates in testing, training, and change management activities to support successful deployment and adoption of Salesforce solutions. 3. What methodologies or frameworks do you use for Salesforce implementation projects, and why? Answer. Common methodologies or frameworks used for Salesforce implementation projects include Agile, Waterfall, and hybrid approaches. Agile methodologies, such as Scrum or Kanban, are preferred for their iterative and collaborative nature, enabling continuous feedback and flexibility to adapt to changing requirements. Waterfall methodologies offer a structured approach with clear milestones and deliverables, suitable for projects with well-defined requirements and minimal changes. Hybrid approaches combine elements of both Agile and Waterfall to leverage their respective strengths and mitigate their limitations, ensuring successful project outcomes. 4. How do you gather and prioritize requirements from stakeholders in a Salesforce project? Answer. As a Salesforce business analyst, I employ various techniques such as interviews, workshops, surveys, and stakeholder analysis to gather requirements effectively. I prioritize requirements based on factors like business impact, feasibility, and alignment with strategic objectives. Additionally, I collaborate closely with stakeholders to understand their needs, validate requirements, and negotiate trade-offs to ensure that the final solution meets business goals and delivers value to the organization. 5. Can you discuss the importance of data migration in Salesforce projects, and how do you ensure its success? Answer. Data migration is critical in Salesforce projects as it involves transferring data from legacy systems to Salesforce while maintaining data integrity and consistency. As a Salesforce business analyst, I ensure the success of data migration by conducting thorough data analysis, cleansing, and mapping exercises to identify and address data quality issues and discrepancies. I also collaborate with data migration specialists and stakeholders to define migration strategies, validate data mappings, and perform rigorous testing to verify the accuracy and completeness of migrated data. 6. How do you approach user training and adoption in Salesforce projects? Answer. User training and adoption are key factors in the success of Salesforce projects. As a business analyst, I develop comprehensive training materials, user guides, and interactive sessions tailored to different user roles and skill levels. I also collaborate with change management teams to create communication plans, promote user engagement, and address resistance to change. Additionally, I provide ongoing support and feedback mechanisms to encourage continuous learning and adoption of Salesforce solutions among end users. 7. Can you explain the role of a business analyst in Salesforce customization and configuration? Answer. In Salesforce customization and configuration, a business analyst plays a pivotal role in translating business requirements into system solutions. They work closely with stakeholders to understand their needs, configure Salesforce objects, fields, workflows, and automation rules to meet those requirements. The business analyst also conducts impact assessments, performs user acceptance testing, and iteratively refines configurations based on feedback to ensure alignment with business objectives and user expectations. 8. How do you ensure alignment between business processes and Salesforce functionality in a project? Answer: to ensure alignment between business processes and Salesforce functionality, conduct thorough business process analysis, document current state and future state workflows, and identify opportunities for optimization and automation. I collaborate with stakeholders to map business requirements to Salesforce features and configurations, ensuring that the system supports key processes and user workflows. Additionally, I facilitate user acceptance, testing, and feedback sessions to validate system functionality and make iterative adjustments as needed to achieve optimal alignment and user satisfaction. 9. What strategies do you employ for stakeholder communication and engagement in Salesforce projects? Answer: in Salesforce projects, effective stakeholder communication and engagement are essential for project success. I utilize various strategies such as regular status meetings, project updates, and progress reports to keep stakeholders informed and engaged throughout the project lifecycle. I also leverage communication channels like email, collaboration tools, and stakeholder portals to facilitate transparent and timely communication. Additionally, I actively solicit feedback, address concerns, and foster a collaborative environment to ensure alignment and ownership among stakeholders. 10. How do you approach requirements, documentation, and management in Salesforce projects? Answer: in Salesforce projects, I employ a structured approach to requirements, documentation, and management, starting with capturing detailed business requirements using techniques like user stories, use cases, and process flows. I organize and prioritize requirements in a centralized repository, such as a requirements management tool or document repository, to ensure traceability and accessibility for all project stakeholders. Throughout the project lifecycle, I continuously review, refine, and validate requirements to accommodate changes and evolving business needs, maintaining clear documentation to support decision-making and project success. 11. How do you approach solution design and architecture in Salesforce projects? Answer: Salesforce projects, I adopt a solution-driven approach to design and architecture, focusing on aligning technical solutions with business objectives and requirements. I collaborate with architects, developers, and stakeholders to define the solution architecture, including data model design, migration patterns, and system configurations. I consider factors like scalability, security, and maintainability when designing solutions, leveraging best practices, design patterns, and Salesforce platform capabilities to deliver robust and future-proof solutions that meet business needs. 12. What role does data analytics play in Salesforce projects, and how do you leverage it for business insights? Answer: data analytics plays a crucial role in Salesforce projects by enabling organizations to derive actionable insights from their data, to drive informed decision-making and strategic initiatives. As a business analyst, I leverage data analytics tools and techniques, such as Salesforce reports and dashboards, Einstein Analytics, and external BI platforms, to analyze trends, identify patterns, and uncover opportunities for process optimization and revenue growth. I collaborate with stakeholders to define key performance indicators (KPIs), design meaningful visualizations, and present data-driven insights to drive business outcomes. 13. Can you discuss the importance of change management in Salesforce projects, and how do you facilitate organizational change? Answer. Change management is essential in Salesforce projects. To ensure successful adoption and implementation of new processes, technologies, and ways of working. As a business analyst, I facilitate change management by engaging stakeholders early and often, communicating the vision and benefits of change, and addressing concerns and resistance to change proactively. I develop change management plans, training programs, and communication strategies to prepare users for transition, build awareness and buy-in, and support them through the change process, ultimately driving user adoption and maximizing ROI. 14. How do you conduct user acceptance testing UAT in Salesforce projects, and what are the key success factors? Answer. In Salesforce projects, I conduct user acceptance testing UAT to validate that the system meets business requirements and user expectations before deployment. Key success factors for UAT include defining clear test scenarios and acceptance criteria, engaging end users early in the testing process, providing comprehensive training and support, and establishing a structured feedback mechanism to capture and address issues effectively. I collaborate closely with stakeholders, project teams, and QA resources to plan, execute, and document UAT results, ensuring that any defects or gaps are identified and resolved prior to production rollout. 15. How do you approach data governance and compliance in Salesforce projects? And what measures do you implement to ensure data security and privacy? Answer. Data governance and compliance are critical considerations in Salesforce projects to ensure the integrity, confidentiality, and regulatory compliance of data. As a business analyst, I collaborate with data stewards, security teams, and compliance officers to define data governance policies, access controls, and data retention rules aligned with industry standards and regulations, for example, GDPR, HIPAA. I implement measures such as data encryption, audit trails, and user permissions to protect sensitive information and mitigate security risks, while also promoting data quality, transparency, and accountability across the organization. 16. How do you approach requirements, validation, and sign-off in Salesforce projects, and what challenges do you encounter? Answer. Requirements, validation, and sign-off are critical milestones in Salesforce projects to ensure that deliverables meet stakeholder expectations and project objectives. I employ techniques such as walkthroughs, reviews, and demonstrations to validate requirements against acceptance criteria, business objectives, and system capabilities. Challenges in requirements validation may include ambiguous or conflicting requirements, evolving business needs, scope creep, and resistance to change. I address these challenges through effective communication, collaboration, and prioritization, facilitating consensus among stakeholders and ensuring that validated requirements are formally approved and documented for implementation. 17. Can you discuss the role of a Salesforce business analyst in post-implementation support and optimization? Answer. In post-implementation support and optimization, a Salesforce business analyst plays a crucial role in monitoring system performance, identifying opportunities for improvement, and driving continuous innovation. I collaborate with stakeholders to gather feedback, analyze usage metrics, and prioritize enhancement requests based on business value and impact. I also conduct post-implementation reviews, lessons learned sessions, and user surveys to assess project outcomes, identify lessons learned, and incorporate feedback into future initiatives, ultimately maximizing the return on investment ROI and long-term success of Salesforce solutions. 18. How do you approach stakeholder prioritization and expectation management in Salesforce projects? Answer. Stakeholder prioritization and expectation management are essential in Salesforce projects to ensure that resources are allocated effectively and project goals are achieved. I conduct stakeholder analysis to identify key stakeholders, understand their needs and expectations, and prioritize their requirements based on business value, urgency, and alignment with strategic objectives. I engage stakeholders early and often, communicate transparently, and manage expectations proactively by setting realistic timelines, defining clear deliverables, and addressing concerns and constraints openly, fostering trust and collaboration among all project stakeholders. 19. Can you discuss the role of documentation and knowledge management in Salesforce projects? And how do you ensure knowledge transfer and retention? Answer: documentation and knowledge management are critical aspects of Salesforce projects to capture and share project artifacts, lessons learned, and best practices for future reference and training. As a business analyst, I document requirements, design specifications, and project documentation using tools like Confluence, SharePoint, or Salesforce Knowledge. I also facilitate knowledge transfer sessions, peer reviews, and mentoring programs to share expertise, build capabilities, and empower teams to leverage Salesforce effectively. Additionally, promote a culture of continuous learning and improvement, encouraging collaboration, feedback, and documentation as part of the project lifecycle and organizational knowledge base. 20. How do you evaluate and select third-party apps or integrations for Salesforce projects, and what criteria do you consider? Answer: when evaluating and selecting third-party apps or integrations for Salesforce projects, I consider several criteria, including functionality, compatibility, reliability, scalability, and vendor reputation. I conduct market research, vendor assessments, and proof of concept evaluations to assess the fit and suitability of third-party solutions for specific business requirements and use cases. I also review customer testimonials, case studies, and peer recommendations, and consult with subject matter experts and industry analysts to validate vendor claims and ensure alignment with project goals and technical standards. Additionally, I evaluate factors such as cost, licensing, support, and long-term viability to make informed decisions and mitigate risks associated with third-party dependencies. 21. How do you ensure user adoption and engagement with Salesforce solutions after implementation? Answer: user adoption and engagement are critical for the success of Salesforce solutions. I employ various strategies such as user training, communication, and support to encourage adoption. I involve stakeholders in the design process, solicit feedback, and address user concerns proactively to ensure that the system meets their needs and expectations. Additionally, create user-friendly interfaces, provide ongoing training, and highlight the benefits of Salesforce to motivate users and drive adoption. 22. Can you discuss the role of process automation in Salesforce projects, and how do you approach it? Answer: process automation plays a key role in streamlining operations and improving efficiency in Salesforce projects. I identify manual and repetitive tasks, analyze workflows, and design automation solutions. Using Salesforce automation tools such as Process Builder, Workflow Rules, and Flow, I collaborate with stakeholders to understand their requirements and objectives, configure automation rules, and test them rigorously to ensure accuracy and reliability. I also monitor automation performance, gather feedback, and iterate on solutions to optimize processes continuously. 23. How do you conduct requirements elicitation sessions with stakeholders, and what techniques do you use to capture requirements effectively? Answer: requirements elicitation sessions involve engaging stakeholders to gather, analyze, and prioritize business requirements. I employ techniques such as interviews, workshops, surveys, and brainstorming sessions to elicit requirements effectively. I facilitate open discussions, ask probing questions, and use visual aids such as process diagrams and mock-ups to clarify requirements and align stakeholder expectations. I also document requirements systematically, validate them with stakeholders, and seek consensus to ensure that the final solution meets business needs. 24. What role does data migration play in Salesforce projects, and how do you plan and execute data migration activities? Answer: data migration is critical for transferring data from legacy systems to Salesforce while maintaining data integrity and quality. I collaborate with data owners, stakeholders, and technical teams to define data migration requirements, map data fields, and establish data cleansing and transformation rules. I create migration plans, develop scripts, or use data migration tools like Data Loader or Salesforce DDEX to extract, transform, and load data into Salesforce. I conduct data validation and reconciliation exercises, perform test migrations, and iterate on data migration processes to ensure a smooth transition to Salesforce. 25. Can you discuss the role of reporting and analytics in Salesforce projects? And how do you design and implement meaningful reports and dashboards? Answer: reporting and analytics are essential for gaining insights into business performance and making informed decisions in Salesforce projects. I collaborate with stakeholders to identify key metrics, KPIs, and reporting requirements, and design reports and dashboards that visualize data effectively. I leverage Salesforce reporting tools such as Reports Builder, dashboards, and Einstein Analytics to create interactive and customizable dashboards that provide actionable insights and support data-driven decision-making across the organization. 26. How do you manage scope changes and project risks in Salesforce projects, and what strategies do you employ to mitigate them? Answer: scope changes and project risks are inevitable in Salesforce projects, and I employ proactive strategies to manage them effectively. I conduct regular risk assessments, identify potential risks, and develop risk mitigation plans to address them proactively. I also implement change control processes, document scope changes, and assess their impact on project timelines, budgets, and resources. I communicate transparently with stakeholders, manage expectations, and prioritize changes based on business value and project constraints to minimize disruptions and ensure project success. 27. What role does documentation play in Salesforce projects, and how do you ensure its quality and completeness? Answer: documentation is crucial for capturing project requirements, design specifications, and implementation details in Salesforce projects. I create documentation, templates, guidelines, and standards to ensure consistency and clarity across project deliverables. I review and validate documentation with stakeholders, subject matter experts, and project teams to ensure accuracy, relevance, and completeness. I also conduct regular audits, updates, and version control to maintain the integrity and relevance of project documentation throughout the project lifecycle. 28. How do you handle conflicting requirements or stakeholder priorities in Salesforce projects? Answer: conflicting requirements or stakeholder priorities are common challenges in Salesforce projects, and I address them through effective communication, negotiation, and collaboration. I facilitate consensus-building sessions, prioritize requirements based on business value and impact, and seek compromise to reconcile conflicting priorities. I also involve project sponsors and governance boards to arbitrate disputes and make informed decisions that align with project goals and objectives. Ultimately, I focus on achieving a balanced solution that meets the needs of all stakeholders while maximizing project value and success. 29. Can you discuss the role of data governance and compliance in Salesforce projects? And how do you ensure adherence to data privacy regulations? Answer: data governance and compliance are critical considerations in Salesforce projects to protect sensitive information and ensure regulatory compliance. I establish data governance policies, controls, and procedures to govern data access, usage, and security in alignment with industry standards and regulations. I collaborate with legal, security, and compliance teams to interpret and implement data privacy regulations such as GDPR, CCA, and HIPAA. I also conduct regular audits, assessments, and training to enforce data governance policies and ensure adherence to data privacy regulations across the organization. 30. How do you measure the success and effectiveness of Salesforce projects, and what key performance indicators (KPIs) do you track? Answer: measuring the success and effectiveness of Salesforce projects involves tracking key performance indicators (KPIs) related to project objectives, business outcomes, and user satisfaction. I define KPIs such as ROI, user adoption rates, customer satisfaction scores, and process efficiency metrics to assess project performance and impact. I collect data, analyze trends, and generate reports to evaluate project outcomes, identify areas for improvement, and inform future initiatives. I also solicit feedback from stakeholders, conduct post-implementation reviews, and incorporate lessons learned into project management practices to drive continuous improvement and maximize project success. In conclusion, a Salesforce business analyst plays a crucial role in Salesforce projects. By bridging the gap between business needs and technical solutions, they gather requirements, facilitate stakeholder communication, and ensure alignment between business processes and Salesforce functionality. Additionally, they drive user adoption, manage change, and measure project success through effective documentation, collaboration, and continuous improvement, with a focus on delivering value to the organization and maximizing ROI. Salesforce business analysts are essential contributors to the success of Salesforce initiatives. For more exciting tips, tricks, and more importantly, for valuable insights of interviews, please share, like, and subscribe to my channel. It has a lot of valuable information about various insights of interviews. It has a wide range of real-world portfolio projects of various technologies for interviews, and it has wide range of most asked interview questions and answers of various technologies like data science, SAP, AWS, DevOps, and full-stack web development, and more that will be useful during interviews. It has a wide range of most asked interview questions and answers, and real-world portfolio projects of various technologies for freshers, for 2 to 3 years, experienced candidates, and for 5 or above years, experienced candidates to test their skills by knowing most asked interview questions and make themselves ready for interviews.